and welcome to Mainline's The Meta, coming to you live-ish from the Mainline Esports Studios here in Houston, Texas. I am your host, Chris Buckner, and next to me is my charismatic counterpart, Mr. Charles Powers. Charles?
Yeah, hey. Yes, welcome to The Meta. Dude, Buck, you smell that?
No, did you fart or something?
No, man, but you know, who smelt it dealt it.
Yeah,
so
okay. I guess we're in third grade again.
I guess we are, but dude, that's the smell of spring, baby.
All right.
And you know, with spring being around the corner, that means a couple of cool things. Like, for example, most of our favorite esports will be in full swing. You've got major events coming up like CWL Fort Worth, the first ever home game in Overwatch League.
Yeah.
Possibly, actually, the first ever home game in esports ever. That's gonna be cool. That's taking place, though, in Dallas.
Boo.
That is a boo.
Charles, that's right. And you know, EVO announced their lineup of games, and one title in particular is missing. Yeah. We'll go over that and get you caught up on the esports news of the week. So sit back, relax, and welcome to The Meta. We start tonight with another story about goats. I wasn't here last week, but I do believe that this is a completely different scenario altogether. At the top 8 of Frostbite's Smash Ultimate Tournament, a man entered the premises with a goat. I guess if it works in Overwatch, it should work in Smash, I don't know. Now, it should be said that the man, Eric Brown, and his goat, named Deer, are well known around Detroit and pose no threat to the attendees. Understandably, though, the tournament administrators were thrown off by the goat and escorted both Eric and his furry little sidekick off the grounds. There were some comments that Eric resembled Smash Melee star Mango, who is known as the GOAT. The tournament finished without incident, and TSM Tweak finished in first undefeated. Tweak and his partner Mars also won doubles. The really nice thing about Smash Ultimate so far has been that no one character seems to be dominating the scene.
That is pretty interesting. It's unfortunate for little goat Deer, man.
Deer.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But you know, the same can be said of its much older counterpart, Smash Melee. That has been left off the official games list for EVO 19. It was not much of a surprise since the setups for Melee include, of course, the big bulky CRT TVs, and with the release of Ultimate, EVO doesn't want to continue to have a divided community. Many Melee fans note that EVO has previously removed them once before, and that Melee will probably come back. Everyone who was not a Melee fan, though, immediately declared the game dead.
I can't imagine carrying all the CRTs needed for a Melee tournament.
It's kind of like how I carry the show, you know?
Oh, okay.
Besides Smash Ultimate, there are 8 other games that did make EVO's game list. Classic fighting games like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Soul Calibur, and Tekken all have their newest renditions on display. Dragon Ball FighterZ and BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle make their return to EVO, and newcomers Samurai Showdown and Under Night in Birth EXE Late ST, aka Unist, rounds out the lineup. Now, if you've never heard of the last 2 games, don't worry, you're not alone. Samurai Showdown is set to release later this year, and Unist is a niche community that has been fighting for a place on the EVO main stage, so congrats to them. I can't imagine putting an unreleased game, though, on the main stage, but I guess sometimes you have to shoot your shot.
Sure. Fortnite announced their $30 million World Cup. To many people who were wondering last year, how are they going to award $100 million in prizes in a year? This is a major part of the answer. The Fortnite World Cup consists of 2 tournaments, a singles and a duos tournament, with each having a $15 million prize pool. In solos, the winner will receive $3 million, and if you make it to the finals, you're guaranteed to make $50,000. To get to the finals, you can compete in the 10 weeks of qualifiers. Each week will have a $1 million prize pool. After the tournament is over, Epic will still be throwing weekly $1 million tournaments with various rule sets to complete their $100 million promise.
Man, look, I can't believe that if you come in at 100th place, you still walk away with $50,000. That's a hell of a guarantee.
Yeah, well, I think that they're doing some work here against old Apex, so this is kind of awesome. Yeah.
Right, they got to step their game up. I do feel like the hackers are going to be coming out of the woodworks for this one because that is a hell of a guarantee. So hopefully they get their stuff together as far as coming out against those. Now, a few smaller stories happening in esports. Meek Mill has announced that he wants to sign an esports team. he took to Twitter to look for his team, which is generally where all the best esports recruits, are found, where they come from.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how I feel about both Soulja Boy and Meek Mill being the most vocal rappers wanting to enter the esports space. Of course, Drake's got his 100 Thieves team. I just want a future where we get a new Def Jam Fight for New York, but instead of rappers, it's their esports teams duking it out.
Sure.
That'd be fun. Also, not to get too sidetracked here, the MLS has signed a one-year agreement with Twitch to broadcast Season 2 of the EMLS and possibly MLS team content or even game highlights as well. It's nice to see traditional sports following esports trends and not just the other way around, right?
Yeah, of course.
And finally, we do have to give a huge congratulations to the Shanghai Dragons for their first ever win in the Overwatch League last weekend. Last year was a little rough for you guys, right? Going completely winless, losing all 40 games, but this season, it only took you until week 2 to get a win. That's pretty impressive and a true testament to never giving up. Kudos to you.
Well, that is a huge improvement. Speaking of improvements and Overwatch, after the break, we will have our look at the newest hero landing in Overwatch. The meta will be right back after this. Welcome back! Earlier this week, Blizzard announced a new character was coming to Overwatch. Then, in true Blizzard fashion, Baptiste was added to the test server about a day later.
Okay, so I am really excited about Baptiste. He seems to be a support that can lay down some serious damage, which is in my wheelhouse.
Well, we will leave it to Josh to break down what Baptiste has to offer and what effects he may have on the current GOATS meta.
Baptiste is coming, everyone. The newest addition to the Overwatch universe has been officially announced, and everyone is freaking out about his skills. Baptiste, the combat medic from Hades, seems to have a skill set that can both heal his allies at a high rate, but kill his enemies just as easily. With his dual-purpose biotic launcher, he can decimate his foes with 3-round bursts, or heal his allies with massive projectiles that heal all allies in the affected area. His skills make him seem like a must-have in any meta that Al runs right now. Regenerative Burst heals himself and any other allies in the area. Immortality Field prevents any allies in the area of effect from dying, and his ultimate, Amplification Matrix, puts up a wall matrix that doubles the damage and healing of any projectiles that are fired through it. Baptiste's Exo Boots also give him the ability to jump higher, making him a much harder target than any normal support to hit. He looks like Soldier 76 and Ana mashed into one very overpowered character that's going to be a must-play in every single Overwatch match, whether it be competitive or just for fun. Look out, quick play, Baptiste is coming to haunt your dreams. Baptiste's mobility and constant ability to change the balance of any fight might make him one of the most dangerous characters in OWL. How will Baptiste be incorporated in the Overwatch League, though? Maybe the biggest question is whether or not he will break or bolster the current GOATS meta of 3 tanks and 3 support. We've talked a lot about GOATS on the show lately, but that's just how big of a deal it's become in the Overwatch scene and the Overwatch League. Some seem to like it from a strategic standpoint, but many others are very outspoken against the GOATS meta because they believe it's ruining the competitive balance of the game. It's really easy to see their argument too. Because the GOATS meta is so dominant, it's forcing every other team in the league to play that style. It's taken away a lot of the competitive edge of game planning and utilizing a variety of different strategies within the game itself. Teams like the New York Excelsior are benefiting greatly from the GOATS meta, but the large majority of people involved in and fans of Overwatch League can't wait for GOATS to be broken. The problem is that it's very hard to see exactly how Baptiste could break GOATS, since he's just another support with massive AoE healing, the ability to stop his team from dying, and also having a way to enhance the healing properties of not just himself, but other support characters. Baptiste seems for now like he's only going to add to the GOATS problem, but Blizzard's making moves to seemingly slow down, if not completely stop GOATS entirely. With their last PTR patch, Blizzard made sweeping balance changes to a multitude of characters in an attempt to weaken the prevailing meta and force teams to find more methods for winning rather than just goatsing their way to victory every time. Maybe the biggest changes that were made were to Lucio and Zenyatta. With Lucio, they reduced the effect of Speed Song to 20%, down from 30%, and also reduced the Amp It Up effect on Speed Song from 70% to 50%. With Zenyatta, they reduced the effective Orb of Discord to 25% from 30%, but increased his overall damage from 46 to 48. The opinions on whether or not this will actually completely affect GOATs seems to be split. Many pros believe that these changes are exactly what was needed to break GOATs entirely, but there are others who think that there are still completely viable ways to run GOATs. Until these changes go live on AL, however, it's all just speculation. It's going to be interesting to watch how important these substantial changes to characters like Lucio, Zenyatta, McCree, and Soldier 76 are in impacting and creating a more balanced AL experience moving forward. There are a lot of fans who seem to like it, there are a lot of pros who seem to like it, but it may not be exactly what they're looking for to break this meta. It might take some kind of sweeping change on the way characters' damage works to really and truly try to quell how effective the GOATS meta is and how effective GOATS is against other teams. Adding in characters that have percentile damage, much in the way that some characters in League of Legends and other games do, is one of the ways that you could do that. If you have a character like McCree that just has percentile damage, it doesn't matter if they're doing damage to a Zenyatta or they're doing damage to a Reinhardt, they would still do that same percentage of damage based off of the character's health pool that they're fighting, and that could be a way that you could combat the GOATS meta. Now, GOATS isn't completely ruining AL like a lot of people think. It's just making it very difficult for any team to play anything else because it is so overpowered. We here at the Meta are all for balance changes, but don't completely break characters to change the balance of the game. It needs to stay balanced. Until then, we're all stuck in a world where it's either GOATs or bust in the Overwatch world and the Overwatch League itself. So enjoy until real changes are made.
Welcome back to the Meta. Buck, you know what's more exciting than spring?
No, but I'm guessing you're probably going to tell me.
Abso-freaking-lutely. With the start of a new month, we always do a countdown of our top plays of the previous month. Our producers have a lot of fun with this, and we do too. And with Overwatch League back, we've got more than just 6 CSGO plays for once. Just kidding. You know, we always have a lot of good variety, so here are our top plays of February.
Teams have had more pressure applied when they have the opportunity of advancing rather than being eliminated. That nade slows him down in the fire. Oh my god. All right, Forrest is having a barbecue.
The answer seems to be a no, but now Flashbang's going to start to detonate as Forrest eradicates 2. Double headshot, make it a 3rd. Tripling up. Meanwhile, Get Right's pushing down Banana. Vici have been caught in a nip sandwich. And they are going to be destroyed. There is no two ways about this. Freeman and Kaze living on borrowed time. As soon as that smoke clears, Kaze's in a world of hurt.
We'll go for the ace, Forrest. Get aggressive. There's 1, there's 4, there's 5, and it's beautiful. Precision, all 5 kills, tapping away.
Direction onto Dokla. They're still in the fight, fighting bang. He's able to pull the trigger, does not take him down. Optic running for the hills with the help of Big as he is spitting his teammates out left and right. Is it enough? Big's thrown in. Grey Health comes down, but it's not going to be enough. It's the next, the true shot. Or missed the shot. This is Bang, but he knows the shutdown. Meteos is in. You better be paranoid, baby. Oh, he's on the run. Baron is there, and he is the only member with the buff. Fight is over.
Contact play to go out with that smoke and be up that ramp before Vega even realized. Oh,
What? That was mid-air as well. At least one of them was mid-air. What the hell is going on, Rez?
I love everything about this. You're a beast. 4-3. And that's an ace for Rez.
Pete, left alone now, 3 versus 1. Surely this is where we see them get around on the board. If he gets the bomb denied here, oh my goodness. He actually has a chance here. This is unbelievable. 1 versus 1 now! That is so sick from Sergey. How he keeps that round alive for the team, I have no idea. We don't see him in the AWP too often, but when he picks it up, oh my god, does he do damage.
That's unreal. Not only did he perfectly echolocate the ball.
It's happening. Could be at the second 6. Getting ready to come through. Kellex gonna be eliminated. Transcendence is out for Main God, but it's gonna expire. They will be able to finish him up.
There you go.
They're gonna get it. Just a couple more percent and go. Let them have it, Boston. Hexium top of the Primal Rage, but it does not matter. Ladies and gentlemen, history has been enjoy it.
Gonna boost Naf up. Can he find any players down on the bench? Yes, he can. Alexi B caught napping. We're gonna bullet perforating through his head. Now this does give Liquid a chance. They do have control of the bomb, and Naf has found himself a kill on X7. We've got a round of it now, ladies and gentlemen. The bomb's gonna get planted. And Ents gonna have to try and retake. Naf gonna take the risk of going into apps. He has struck once again. He's gonna have to come out with a 1-on-2 clutch plus an ace if he's gonna pull this out the hat. Ents breathing down his neck. Smoke gonna get deployed onto the site and try and skew the nation. Oh, what a flick off to Sergey that is! And now Nafly gonna use that smoke to his advantage, just pulls back to the van. Waiting, anticipating an Alu push. He comes through the shadows! Oh, that's ineffable!
Welcome back to the meta. It's been a while since we've talked about League of Legends this season.
Yeah, it has. But don't worry, we'll remedy that right here, right now, with a recap of the LCS season. Take a look.
We're a little over halfway through the spring split of the LCS. Team Liquid is at the top, where everyone expected them to be, and Cloud9 is nipping at their heels in second, where everyone expected them to be. TSM currently has their hands on third place, but just about everyone else is in striking distance. The two teams at the bottom of the pile, 100 Thieves and Clutch Gaming, may have already turned their attention to what they can do in the summer split. At the end of the spring split is the mid-season invitational, MSI, and only one team can represent the NA region. It looks like Team Liquid will be that representative, but the real test will be next Saturday when they play their second match of the season against Cloud9. Liquid had a good showing in the first match, but that was week 1 and Cloud9 has been looking strong ever since. Cloud9 also has their academy team in first place, so they have the prospects if a change is needed. TSM has had moments of brilliance being the only team to defeat Liquid so far, but they've also lost to Clutch Gaming, who's currently sitting at the bottom. They aren't going to challenge the top 2 for a spot at MSI, but they're fighting for the champion points to get to Worlds later this year. FlyQuest is only a game behind TSM, and they have split their 2 meetings. They were not predicted to be a strong team this year, but with a couple of older players leading the way and a young jungler making some noise in the scene, they make a strong case for themselves in the World's conversation. Below FlyQuest, it's the Wild West. CLG, Echo Fox, Golden Guardians, and Optic Gaming are all tied. CLG has the most impressive win in this group, having taken a game off of C9, but they haven't maintained that level of play. It'll be interesting to watch the adjustments of each of these teams as they play the second half of the schedule. At the bottom of the stack, Clutch Gaming and 100 Thieves would basically need to win out the rest of the season to have any effect, and from what we've seen thus far, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. There was a lot of buzz around Clutch at the beginning of the season because of some of the players that they have, especially with the 2-0 start in week 1. They have the talent to be a very good team, but there's just something missing. The rest of the spring split needs to be used to find that missing piece. 100 Thieves might be in a little bit better shape with their academy team being in a 3-way tie for second. The prospects they have might be able to make a difference in the summer split. The spring split doesn't always show what the picture for Worlds will look like, but it usually gives a good idea of how things are going to play out. Just as MSI will not always show you how Worlds will end, but a good showing from an NA team could raise morale all around. Back to you, Buck and Chuck.
Okay, so that was a quick look at the LCS season. You guys don't know how bad I want both Clutch Gaming and their academy team to be so much better than they currently are.
Right. You know, the hometown teams, man. Well, hey, looks like we're coming to an end.
As all good things do, which
Indeed.
is super depressing. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure you're following Mainline on Twitter and subscribe on Twitch and YouTube to see extra clips and behind-the-scenes content. We'll be seeing you next week. This is The Meta.
Peace. Bum.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Talking.
1,
talk,
2,
talk.
1, 2.
Goats.
Goats.
More goats.
Even more goats. After the tournament is over, Epic will start. I
I think you start from after the tournament is
killing
over.
it.
Yeah, you were
3, 2, 1.
the goatiest.
Goats, goats, goats. After the tournament is over, my phone is ringing. I've gotten so many. I get distracted if it's vibrating my phone. All right, in my pocket. 3, 2, 1. Goats.
All right.
Might as well try to get Coca-Cola on board, right?
Are they still doing that?
Welcome on back. Earlier this week, Blizzard announced a new character was coming to the Overwatch, and the esports. All right, 3 goats, and a goats.
Our producers have a lot of fun with this. We do too. And with Overwatch League back, we've got even more than just 6 CSGO plays for once. No, I'm sorry, I read that really, really wrong. And I wrote that.
No. Goats.
Smash Ultimate Tournament. Their return to EVO and newcomers, Samurai Showdown and Under Night in Birth.
I was like, that's like a different language.
Yeah, I've got it. I looked it up.
Understandably, though, the tournament administrators were thrown off by the GOAT and escorted both Eric and his furry little sidekick off the grounds. Damn it! Go back up. I was close. I keep saying Fury. Damn, that was a good one, too.
Sometimes you have to shoot your shot.
Sure. All right. Fortnite announced their $30 million World Cup. To many people wondering last year. No, all right, hang on. Okay, we might want to get that checked out to make sure there's not a ongoing issue, huh?
Hill right now, it is just too dangerous.